Alright, so this video is basically for JB's Garage and a few others off of Facebook and the group forums to kind of explain and show you in video of the issues I'm having running headers on my 2.8 carbureted V6. Now this is an 85 S10, two-wheel drive, long bed. The transmission's a 4-speed automatic, and pretty much got this engine and the full exhaust from a buddy's truck that was the same setup. Only thing was different was it was an 82 S10 two-wheel drive short bed, and it had a 3-speed automatic, but it still doesn't matter about it being a 3-speed or 4-speed. They're the same transmission, bell housing, bolt pattern, all that stuff. There's not a difference there at all. Motor mounts are brand new. I replaced those like 4 years ago. They're not sagging. I know a lot of people commented about that. They're brand new. There's no sagging in those mounts. They're not that old. And the transmission mount I just replaced when I put this back together, because the old one, so here's the old mount. You can see it's busted pretty bad. So I got a new one. It's not made like this, but it's the same height, so it should work just fine. Alright, so the headers are bolted in. The only other issue I had with the other truck was the shifter linkage from here, the rod that goes all the way down to the side of the transmission that puts it in each gear. That was the only issue. It rubbed the upper top of the header right here on top. I knew I had to bash this down in order for it to clear better, because you still had problems trying to get it to go in drive. You'd have to really slam on the shifter inside to get it to actually go into gear. So anyway, it didn't rub this side, but this side is in this truck. So they're bolted in. If you look, it's rubbing the whole frame right here on the side. Every bit of it. The first pipe. So cylinder 2 is rubbing the frame. That's it. I don't see it rubbing. Well, it kind of is rubbing the, looks like it's rubbing the transmission a bit. You see the corner that sticks out. But I can actually get my hand in between the transmission and the inside part of the header. So really the only thing, the issues on this side is it's rubbing the frame. That's it. And then I can fix the problem with the shifter. This side is the one that's the main problem. So we're clearing the upper control arm. I don't see an issue there. I have 3 bolts in it all the way across. It's sitting flush against the block. No issues there. Oh, actually you can see it here. So you see where the bell housing sticks out a little farther than the block on this side? What's hitting the header? Literally right there. You come down this way and you can see where it's hitting. So the middle, the last pipe is hitting the frame. The first pipe, cylinder 1, is hitting the transmission. Right where the bell housing's at, which sucks. And it's awful close to the transmission down there. So the thing is with this setup, it's like the headers, they go in and they curve and they kind of like go this way. They don't need to be that close to the transmission. They need to come outward some and then straight. This one is farther away from the transmission. You can see the shifter linkage now. But it's farther away than it is on this side. Go underneath. Now, something else I don't like is the speedometer cable on my buddy's truck got melted. This whole piece was melted. Some of the cable was reveled up from the heat from the headers, because you know it's got to go here. That header will come from here to here, run across to that side, and then straight down underneath the truck for dual exhaust. But you can see it clears this side way better besides the frame. That's way too close. Something's got to be done about the wiring. I'm worried that that'll get melted from heat soaking, hot weather, or it sits in a parking lot after you've driven it for however long. Alright, come to the passenger side. You can see what I'm talking about. That's a little too close to the transmission to what I'd like. I don't know why it's like that. The other one wasn't, and the only thing I can think of is it's because of the frame. So if you come up here, zoom in, where the pipe's hitting the frame, it's not even hitting the cab. A lot of people said, you know, it could be cab bushings wore out, transmission stuff. Like I said, transmission mount's brand new. So it's not that. It's not the engine mounts. It's a little insane of how this is hitting the transmission and the frame when it didn't do any of these problems with the other truck. Not sure what's wrong here. A lot of people said it's four-wheel drive headers on a two-wheel drive. Because I shared the link from the website of it was either Jags or Summit Racing, one of the two. But I absolutely have no idea if these are four-wheel drive headers or not. These could be two-wheel drive, but a lot of people said if they were two-wheel drive I wouldn't have these problems. I don't know. But it's bolted in. But like I said, transmission bell housing, the corner of it, and the frame. I would have to cut and weld the frame, you know, make the frame skinnier on this side, and then the transmission side would have to be grinded down. And I really don't want to do that because that could cause a spider crack effect, and then there goes the transmission. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Actually, you can see. Yeah. So I don't know. You let me know. Like I said, I hope this helps out to explain exactly the issues I'm running into running these headers. Sadly enough, I may have to go back to factory manifolds, and then as they come into the Y pipe comes into one, cut the Y pipe and have true duals done that way. That's really the only other way that I know to do this. It sucks because you don't get that sound without the headers. They really did put off a good sound. So if anybody else is watching this in the future, whatever, later on, well, this is what you run into if you're running four-wheel drive headers on a two-wheel drive, apparently. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Subscribe, like, share.